everybody and welcome to the channel Bob Sales this time's next year. We've all seen the big news. Veve have partnered with the Alibaba group. So what exactly does this mean for Veve and what does the group do? Let's get into it. Alibaba Group Holding Limited is a multinational company based in China. They are one of the world's largest e-commerce companies. The company was founded in 1999 by Jack Ma. At the time of founding the company, he was actually a teacher. The company's name actually comes from their character Alibaba from a Middle Eastern folktale called 1001 Nights. The term open sesame was used in this story. The company's primary businesses include e-commerce, retail, internet services and technology. The company provides consumer to consumer, business to consumer and business to business. Of course, this is over its web of companies. They also offer sales services through web portals as well as electronic payment services. They also have shopping search engines and cloud computing services. As of 2020, they actually had the 9th highest rated global brand valuation in the world. They are also rated 3rd as the largest artificial intelligence company in the world. They also are one of the biggest investment companies in the world. They're actually that big that Yahoo invested with a group with a 40% stake. Since then, Alibaba did actually buy 20% with the plans on buying the remaining 20%. The deal apparently for the buyback of the 20% was reported to be 6.3 billion in cash and stock. Alibaba operates various online platforms and has loads of sister partner companies. Some of the most notable being Alibaba.com, a business-to-business online marketplace connecting manufacturers, wholesalers and exporters with buyers around the world. They also have a company called Taobao, and yes, I probably have pronounced that wrong. This is a consumer-to-consumer online shopping platform, similar to eBay. They also have Tmall, a business-to-consumer product online marketplace that focuses on branded goods and is known for its large selection of high quality products. Then of course there's AliExpress. This is probably one of the bigger known around the world. This is an online retail platform primarily serving customers outside of China. They offer a wide range of products at competitive prices. There is also Alibaba Cloud. This is the cloud computing arm of Alibaba Group. They provide a range of cloud services including data storage, computing power and artificial intelligence capabilities. Another sister company of theirs is actually the Ant Group, Alibaba's fintech company. This group owns the world's largest mobile digital platform. Also, this now has Alipay, which serves over 1.3 billion users and 80 million merchants. Again, I know I've said this a lot, they have become the highest valued financial tech company in the world. In 2022, they actually processed more transactions than Visa and MasterCard. Now let's talk legality, legal issues. You only have to put the company or the CEO in a YouTube search to see the current affairs. In 2022, Alibaba actually moved their Alipay system to their new platform, Ant Group. The Ant Group was due to have its IPO, which was expected to be the biggest in history. However, right before the company was expected on the stock market, Jack gave a speech where he criticised the Chinese government, and that comment did in fact come to bite him in the arse. Jack said the Chinese financial sector lacking vision and have no system, and the people who enforce or chair this are like a club of ancient old people, sticking to the Chinese system.
好的创新不怕监管，但是怕昨天的方式去监管。
So literally a few days before this comment, and this was a few days before the IPO was due to be signed, Jack was actually ordered to Beijing for an emergency meeting to appear before the Chinese regulators. Now no one knows exactly what happened in the meeting, but it's assumed it was to punish the CEO for his comment. Shortly after, Ant Group's planned IPO, which had all in fact been agreed, had then shockingly been refused. Now some say the order came directly from the Chinese president, and as a result the Ant Group was told to restructure its consumer financing businesses. There was also ordered to reduce its money market fund and form a separate financial holding company that would be partly owned by partners with close ties to the government. The Ant Group was also ordered to share data with the government. Also with this, the government was going to fine Alibaba 2.8 billion for antitrust violation. They also ordered the deletion of its online browser on all phone services. They had 4 million active users at the time. This did in fact send Alibaba's stock plummeting. Now, in slight defense of the Chinese government, which I never thought I'd say, Alibaba did actually have a clause in their contract that prohibited any sales to any other platforms. So some of the antitrust violations could have actually had some merit. Now, this does actually bring us to the news in the last few days. Within the last week, the Ant Group was actually fined $1 billion. But instead of the stock plummeting, it's actually risen. So here's why. So to investors, this actually signaled the end of the Chinese government regulatory pressure on the companies they had initially before its IPO. So let's put it another way for you. So at its peak, pre-IPO, the company was making $235 billion. January 2023, it was making $64 billion. So in a sense, now Alibaba will have no restrictions in China, essentially on all their platforms. It's essentially giving the lost revenue back. So let's talk about the veve side. What could they actually help veve with? So Alibaba have actually partnered with Avalanche, and they do essentially build metaverses. However, I don't think this is the answer for veve, as they do already have Cavanis making it. Now, the second reason I'll give you is onboarding. So recently we see the language update, and yes, China was indeed there. As shown, Alibaba have the hold on most of the Chinese market, whether it comes to pay system, retail sites, or even AI tech. A lot of companies have used Alibaba to get into the Asian market, so this is definitely a possibility. Now, option number 3 is probably the most obvious one sticking out, and it's probably the one I tend to agree is going to be the reason. So as mentioned before, Alipay does actually have more transactions than Visa and MasterCard. It's already a worldwide system, highly used, and I believe this is what veve are after. Not only does this company have huge amount of money at its disposal, and a payout system already at its disposal. So veve did put out a tweet recently, and I believe this tweet did confirm we have a new payout provider ready. And I do believe this company is going to be the one providing that service. Now, if they are doing one service, I do expect they probably could do a second service. So I do expect an introduction into the Asian market as well. It's only in everyone's best interest. So yeah, from my perspective, from my opinion, I reckon Alibaba is the payout provider. So as always, like and subscribe or Chucky will eat you.
It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must quit.
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace.